kind of brought me here was drug use, street drugs.
Well, you know, I was married at one time, and my addiction and my drinking pretty much destroyed that.
Lost my wife, lost my house, lost my job, got into total alcoholism, really, really bad. It just got to the point where I was just about to commit suicide and had to find another way.
I think the best way to describe it was I lost all hope. I was a completely hopeless alcoholic, lost in just isolating myself away from the whole world.
And I slept outside here for a few days, and but I started coming in here in the mornings.
We're sitting here in the New Life Recovery Program. Came to being a number of years ago, and now it's morphed into, you know, a full service. We can house men here that have decided, for whatever reason, that they're going to get themselves right. And they come and they graduate, and then they go on and get jobs or go back to their job and go back to their families. And they're more productive because they're changed men. And they have their self-esteem, and they have the relationship with God that they never had before.
Addictive behavior is a result of an emptiness, a gap, a void in a person's life. In other words, it's something that they're seeking for. There's something that they want. There's something that they desire. And they're trying to fill that emptiness, that gap, through alcohol, drugs, whether it be sex, food, or whatever the case may be.
The program is built to take guys from a life of addiction and dysfunction and bring them into a life of relationship with Christ and healing. We do that through a number of ways. We really try and address the whole person. We deal with physical ailments, physical problems, medical things. We deal with counseling, and we deal with spiritual growth and discipleship.
I was one of the founders of the program, and the first person organizing it and running and managing it. We totally believe that their need is for God. I mean, it's the greatest need that these people have, is to develop a relationship with the living God.
And for me, this place here, because it is Christ-based, faith-based, means more than anything to me, you know.
And since I've just been, you know, seeking the Lord, the desire to use drugs is gone. I have no craving, no physical desire, nothing like I used to. You know, there's the emptiness in me is full. It's like I'm free inside.
Just to sustain a good life, I need to have a relationship with Christ. And so since I've come into this, the rescue mission, I've made that first priority.
I've got a God that's in the chance-giving business, and I'm grateful for that every day.
It was the greatest thing that had ever happened to me to be able to come into a place like this, and just the fellowship and God's Word, and it's unbelievable. You just can't describe it.
I trust the Lord. I know that He's got, I mean, my life was planned out before the foundations of the earth. He knew who I was. He loved me.
I coordinate the education program, the career and the education program. It's tremendous to see men grow in skills of math and reading and writing and computer skills, skills that they need to have in the job market. And completing the program, we have a 10-week course designed for job search, how to prepare for the transitioning from completing the program into society with a career path.
I started the culinary art program just because the only thing that's really consistent and not changing is the food industry. There's always going to be a need for chefs, always going to be a need for people going out and stuff like that. So that's why I decided to start the 6 months apprenticeship program. And then I started a 2-year apprenticeship program. That's more in depth. And then after the 2-year apprenticeship program, the guys can get certified for a sous chef license. So it's a big deal for the guys and like that, and the guys really love it.
It's a real big thing for confidence. Probably the best part of it is when, you know, at the end of the meal or whatever, and people are like, "Hey, that was great, thank you."
With the growth of the mission and more people coming in, there's always a need for mentors. The idea is that the mentor and the person in the NLP program develop a very close relationship. A friend, a teacher, a leader, a Christian example for them to follow. And in fact, I found in being a mentor for several different people here that I felt I received more out of being a mentor and a blessing from these guys that I worked with and were mentoring than sometimes I feel I am to them.
I drive men to appointments, medical appointments, legal appointments, and I also take men to recovery. And what I do here is I share my experience of recovery and finding a new way to live through God and the 12-step program. And I share that hope with men and let them know that there is another way to live. I would have to say I get more out of my volunteer work at the mission than any of the men get. It's very rewarding, and it's an excellent opportunity to share God's love and God's hope. I know that I only feel complete when I'm serving the Lord. The Bible tells us, for even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and give his life a ransom for many.
It's all about compassion. You know, if a person has a heart to just meet the needs of other people, this is the perfect place to come, because there's so many people that come in and out and through this place as far as reaching out to the needs of other people. And if you really got a heart for compassion, this is where you need to be.
You have no idea the amount of healing that you're bringing into people's lives. You have no idea what you're making possible just by dropping off stuff, sending a check, volunteering your time. By doing that, you're allowing people to get their life back. And people that have been given up on by everybody else. And that's what we specialize in. And they can't pay for it. They got no money. So yeah, you're saving lives, literally. It's the front lines. We're helping guys that no one else is going to help. So if we don't do it, there may not be anybody else.
And there is no life that is destroyed too deep, no life that is too far, no life that is too far gone that Christ cannot and will not heal and restore.
If I hadn't found the rescue mission here, chances are very high that I would have reoffended, drank and drove again, and I'd probably be in prison right now.
If not jails or institutions, then death. That's what I was looking at. And in this place, there was hope and there was life. There was an option that I had just about given up on.
Well, it's just, I owe life to the Springs Rescue Mission. So there's not really much to say than thank you. God bless it.
Friends of the Mission, this is Joe Vasquez. I just wanted to remind you the power of volunteerism. I started as a volunteer years ago. For 8 months I volunteered here. Never had a clue what God would do in my life by stepping out in faith and just giving of my time. I'm now the CEO of Springs Rescue Mission. I've seen tens of thousands of people helped, tens of thousands of volunteers, so much accomplished by people coming together, and you too can be part of this. Thank you so much, and God bless you.